Today is the grand opening of our farm stand, and I'm so excited to see how it goes. Projects on the farm always seem to take forever, so we've been working on this for feels like 2 months at this point. So being able to get it up and running before our season ends at the end of October is very important to us. We grow a ½ acre of cut flowers and veggies here on our farm in Kelowna, British Columbia, Canada. We always believed one of our best assets of our farm was the location and the busy road that we're on. And even though this is our 3rd year, even from day one, we were talking about taking advantage of that road by being able to have some sort of farm stand, some sort of customer self-serve way of coming and shopping with us. Our road regularly sees 10,000 families traveling along it regularly. If we could capture even just a tiny % of that, it could mean success for our farm. We also sell at the farmers market, and this year we were able to finally, for the first time, achieve our goal number to have the farmers market be sustainable for us in the long term. We need to sell $1,500 at a Saturday market, and we've finally done it. And we've also seen some good markets. It means that what we've been aiming for we can achieve. But the farm isn't going to be sustainable until we can do 4,000 a week in total sales. And so this roadside stand is a really important key to us being able to do that. So we are beyond excited that we're now working towards that bigger number, and hopefully being able to get our farm to the point that it's sustainable and functional, into the long term by year 5. It's a beautiful day here on the farm. We've been having amazing fall weather, lots of hot, sunny days, and then nice and cool evenings. So the greens in the garden are finally recovering from all that summer heat, and everything's actually doing pretty good. We haven't even lost any of those summer crops yet, and we gotta enjoy it because this is kind of the last bit of that nice warm weather. We have lots of flowers picked to be able to turn into lots of bouquets, and 10 bouquets already done, ready to get put out. And our employee was super busy harvesting for us the last few days, so our walk-in cooler is filled up with a market's worth of veggies.
Today is Saturday, and it's supposed to be our market day, and we pretty much have a full market's worth of food to sell at the roadside stand. So, it's almost noon now, so I don't know how much we're actually going to sell today because we haven't really gotten started super early, but it'll be cool to just, get out there and merchandise it, see how it looks, and see what people think of it. How cool is this? This is a completed roadside stand that's actually merchandise for sale. That is so cool because this has been something we've been talking about since basically we moved here, and it's taken over 3 years to get to this point, and now this is it. This is the moment. Now that's the good news. The bad news is that 0 people have pulled over yet, and we've probably been, merchandising for over an hour. When we sell by the road normally, we've got a display of food that's very visible to people approaching, and it's people can go 80 kilometers an hour along this road. That's not the speed limit, but it's a pretty good little straightaway that we got here. So if we don't get people's attention when they're starting to drive by, then they won't be able to stop in time, and they just don't pull over. So what we're gonna have to do is advertise. I'm really not expecting anything in sales today, really. It's gonna take a bit of time to build up the clientele. We were hoping to be able to build it up through the busy season this year, but we just haven't gotten this done fast enough to be able to do that. Now we're at the tail end of the summer, and it's more just about working out the kinks so that we can start early next year selling from this location. Check out how good this looks. We got these LED strip lights running underneath here so that there's light coming down on all of the veggies that are over here, and I think it really makes them pop. It really makes them look good. And it's a little bit of extra work, but I think it just makes this place look that much more professional.
So we have everything set up. It was hard to get everything in here. We have this top shelf, but we had to be a little bit cautious about what went up there because, for shorter people, it's hard to see up there. And then the flowers actually took up a lot more space than I was anticipating. This is only 3 buckets, and we had a 4th bucket out here. We've had one person stop so far. And she, with 4 buckets in the space, she kind of was having a hard time looking through everything. So, I'm gonna have to keep in mind that, maybe it's better to have them a bit spaced out on the shelf and then a second layer down below rather than to have, 25 bouquets crammed into a tiny space like what we have down at the farmer's market. We still need to get signs, right? Like, people walk in here, looks great, I think, but it's not easy to shop yet because there's no prices on anything. And then we also need to get some information, like our email for e-transfer, please e-transfer, and our phone number if they have any questions and stuff like that. But I'm excited to see it coming along. We just need to get some people to stop.
It was really important that we got this all set up, at least for a short period of time this year, because it is such a major, long-term part of the business that we envision. And so we need to start getting experience with having some customers here so that we can, use the winter times to, rethink what we're doing, right? But we want to know what people think when they come in, how they feel about shopping here, see what kind of sales numbers and what the customer that's going to use this is actually looking for, right? Because these are all questions that just help us answer the questions about what we're going to do in the future to make money on this farm. And we really, if we just waited all fall until we finally got this set up, we never have any sort of information to go on for our choices for next season. So super excited. And then the fact that it looks amazing in here, right? One of the awesome things about having this roadside stand as well is, as you can see, it is cooking out here. It is so hot, and anytime we try to display our food, it just burns to a crisp. It dries out, and it's not sellable.
It took 3 years to build this because it took us 3 years to figure out a way to deal with that heat. This is one of the hottest spots on our property, but we're able to overcome that because this shed is super insulated and we also have an air conditioner running inside of it. Without those 2 things, we wouldn't be able to have this shed. It looks great in here, but no one is stopping. When we set up on the road, when we have our tent, it's all merchandised and displayed, we always have people stopping. you know, there is gaps. You know, it's not as steady as it is down at a farmer's market, but it's not like what it's been today. And we're sitting out there, we got the door open, so we need to figure out a way to make this seem a little bit more inviting, to get people to actually pull over and stop. I set up this table with dried flowers to, you know, give a little bit more action to the shed, to hopefully get some people to pull over.
And I'm gonna go paint a sign that says now open so that people know that we are open for business here. Cooler in here? I'm wearing that costume.
Thanks for all the dancing, Sam.
Well, we sold one bouquet, and it's getting close to dinner time, so I think we might give up for today, and we will work on getting it more completed and more functioning for tomorrow.
Back outside. It is day 2 with the Farmstand, and the weather is a lot cooler today. So I've able to put out my fresh flowers. The fresh flowers are always a massive draw for getting people driving by on the road to actually stop, pull over. Everyone wants the flowers. So I'm hoping that having something beautiful and fresh out here will make a difference. We'll actually sell some stuff today. But perhaps more importantly, the big job I have today is I need to get signage in here. Today's Sunday, I can sit out here with the stand, but I need to get it to be self-serve, and to do that, I need prices. So I'm crossing my fingers for some sales, and I'm working on getting this looking exactly like it should be. Our first sale, someone pulled over and they bought not only a bouquet, but a dried bouquet, so that's super exciting. Sundays really isn't the best day to be set up out here. It's one of the slowest days for traffic on this road. But, you know, having already made a sale has me hopeful that maybe we'll sell a little bit. You know, all I really need today to see is a little bit sold, getting the stand set up, and I'm going to be really happy with what this means for going forward. This isn't about what we sell this weekend. This is about what we can sell in the future. My parents came by for a visit, so I haven't ended up doing very much filming today. It's about 4 o'clock now. We've had some actual sales at this point. We are now sitting at $130, which feels pretty good. But I still haven't completed the big job that I'm supposed to do today. My signs still aren't done, and there's nothing priced inside the stand. At this point, we have 2 bouquets left, just the 2 behind me here. The bad thing is that means that we have sold $120 in flowers, yay, but only $10 in veggies. The veggies, they look so good. My kids keep coming out here and grabbing stuff to eat, but no sales yet. Is this your spot?
Yeah. And it good because I get these tomatoes. The white sits there to turn off those whites, except not these whites.
Yeah.
You know, guys.
Do you like how there's lights underneath the counter?
Yeah, then I can see my yummy
It's Monday morning. So far, the farm stand has sold $170. But more importantly, yesterday I got the signage done, which means today, set up the signage and it's going to be able to run on its own. We're not going to have to sit out there. So, this is the test. This is to see if we can get anyone to stop, anyone to buy anything without having to, spend all those hours out on the road.
$170 obviously isn't, a large volume of money, especially considering how much, it costs to put the stand together. But that's not really the point. The first year that we sold roadside, our best day was maybe 170 or 200 bucks, and most of them were like 120. And then the next year we were getting days in the $400 range, right? So it's all about you got to start somewhere, and this is our starting point. And we're just going to keep building on that. And as people know that there's stuff there, then they're going to start to shop it. And because it's actually really convenient. One of the things that we wanted from this is for it to not only be easy for us to sell with low labor, but we wanted it to actually be convenient for our customers. And so many people drive by our house that it's going to be perfect for a lot of them.
We sold out of all of our bouquets on the weekend, which is exciting. But that means we need to make a few more for the stand. So let's get into the outbuilding and put some stuff together.
Very sturdy boy right there.
The fall bouquets, the fall looks of the browns and the reds and things like that were the best sellers. Those are the ones that everyone wanted. So we definitely have to make more of those. I'm gonna start with some dark foliage. This.
You getting our bugs?
Do like one of those red and purpley ones. Do one brown.
I need the Celestia. So,
I love the marigolds.
yeah, they're big, focally type flower.
Sunflowers finish this one. How's it?
Looks big and beautiful. I don't know.
They look good in the buckets. They're hanging down.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, we got 4 bouquets done now. I think that's enough to restock the stand.
Okay, now we need to get those signs up.
It rained last night and the farm is looking really good. So let's go do a little farm tour. We can't really take too much credit for how good the farm looks right now because it's basically all of our employees' hard work. Since Serina hasn't been feeling very well, I've been looking after more of the house and the kids and the family, and she's been taking it easy. I know in the video she still looks like she's doing pretty good, but she's not 100%, and she is only looking so good because we are, giving her so much time to rest. So basically, the farm is being run with our employee coming in for 3 shifts a week or so, and to top that off, she is 6 months pregnant, so she's one hard-working lady. This week, obviously, we're doing the roadside stand, and next week, I think that we're going to be in a position to do another farmer's market. So I'm pretty excited to get back to the market. I don't think we're going to be doing it every week again, but just to do a couple more this year will be really nice.
I got the bouquets all wrapped now, so let's go set up the stand. I got my stack of signs. This is one of those things that is work that isn't visible. This is where all the time of the day goes to things like this. These take forever to make. It took me all day, which fair enough, I was interrupted throughout the day, but I have to cut out each of these circles very carefully, and then I have to laminate them and cut them out very carefully again. So it's one of those, you don't see it. You don't see the work, but it takes a lot of time. But it's gonna be worth it in the end, because it's gonna make this look way more professional.
Talk through it.
I love watching them.
Did you hear that?
So what did we sell today?
87.
87? That's pretty good. It is now Tuesday evening. We're finishing up for the day here. And so we've now, I would say, have been giving this a pretty good test. This is 4 days of running. Yesterday we sold $72, which is good because we were running around doing errands, we were doing our own thing. That was the farm stand just functioning on its own. It was interesting throughout the day. Our cell phones would ding us and we'd be like, oh, notification, you have an email. An e-transfer came in. So it was nice to see that people were sending money through the e-transfer. Today, everyone paid with cash. And they were just kind of leaving the money. We need some solutions still to get it fully functioning the way it should be. But yeah, today we did 87. So it's going excellent, I would say. We made our first ad tonight about it. I haven't even gone on our local Facebook groups to tell our local community that we're now up and open. These are literally just people seeing the door open, pulling over and coming and buying stuff from us. So easy, so amazing. I'm really happy. The one thing that I'm not super happy about is, so let's just quickly do the math. So we did 170 on the weekend, you know, and then 159. So that means we are at $329 for the 4 days. The amount of that was food is, I think, like $29. we've sold like $300 in flowers. We sold like 15 bouquets, and we sold very little of the food. You see some gaps in the food here. That's just, we've been eating. We've been eating out of the farm stand. So, you know, it's one of those things. It's probably going to take a little bit of time. It's less of an impulse buy. People drive by, see that we have flowers, pull over to buy flowers. It's a little bit harder to get those people to pull over to buy veggies, or if they do, you know, they're only spending $5, and so it doesn't add up as quickly. But no complaints. It's amazing. It's incredible.
$300 isn't a crazy amount of money, but you know, it's a good start. It's actually more than I was expecting. I was expecting a lot of barely anythings, you know, like $20 a day or something like that. But people are actually pulling over, so it's going to take time. It's going to take an investment in time, and right now, what that investment is an investment in food that's going to maybe not get sold, and you know, has to get cleaned and prepared and brought up here. But you know, we've got to put that work into it if we want it to ever pay off. But the flowers, they seem to be selling right away, so you know, this is like I'm thinking that this is going to work out pretty well. I actually did the math, and if we can keep this pace up, we can pay for this entire structure in like 7 years.
I said at the beginning of the video that having an easy way to sell from the farm is important to us being able to, you know, make this farm sustainable in the long term. And you know, I agree with Ian, the numbers aren't massive yet, but you know, I can really see the potential. I see this, you know, really leading to that success for us. You know, it's just going to take a little bit of work, a little bit of tweaking, but I imagine that by next year, you know, we could be doing some really good numbers out of this small, self-sufficient space. So I'm really excited. I'm really happy.
Next week's plan, we're back to the market.